From translation, ISV International Standard Version. This 51 day of the year. Today we are reading passages Numbers 21 to 22. Numbers chapter 21, verses 1 to 35. When the Canaanite king of Arad, who lived in the Negev, heard that Israel was coming by the way of Atharim, he fought against Israel and took some of them captive. Then Israel made a vow to the Lord and said, "If you will indeed deliver this people into my hand, I will utterly destroy their cities." The Lord listened to the voice of Israel and delivered the Canaanites over to them. They utterly destroyed them and their cities. So the name of that place was called Hormah. Then they set out from Mount Hor by the way to the Red Sea, to go around the land of Edom. But the spirit of the people became impatient on the way. And the people spoke against God and against Moses. "Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water, and we loathe this worthless food." Then the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, so that many people of Israel died. So the people came to Moses and said, "We have sinned, because we have spoken against the Lord and against you. Pray to the Lord that he take away the serpents from us." So Moses prayed for the people. And the Lord said to Moses, "Make a fiery serpent and set it on a pole, and it shall be that everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, shall live." So Moses made a bronze serpent and set it on a pole. And if a serpent had bitten any man, when he looked at the bronze serpent, he lived. And the people of Israel set out and camped in Oboth. And they set out from Oboth and camped at Ihabarim in the wilderness that is opposite Moab, toward the sunrise. From there they set out and camped in the valley of Zerd. From there they set out and camped on the other side of the Arnon, in the wilderness that extends from the boundary of the Amorites, for the Arnon is the boundary of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Therefore it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, Waheb in Suphah, and the valleys of the Arnon, and the slope of the valleys that extends to the seat of Ar, and leans to the border of Moab. And from there they went to Beer. That is the well of which the Lord said to Moses, "Gather the people together, and I will give them water." Then Israel sang this song, "Spring up, O well, sing to it, the well that the princes dug, that the nobles of the people delved, with the scepter and with their staffs." And from the wilderness they went to Mattanah, and from Mattanah to Nahaleel, and from Nahaleel to Bamoth, and from Bamoth to the valley that is in the region of Moab at the top of Pisgah, that looks down on the desert. Israel sent messengers to Sihon king of the Amorites, saying, "Let me pass through your land. We will not turn into field or vineyard. We will not drink the water of the wells. We will go by the king's highway, until we have passed through your territory." But Sihon would not allow Israel to pass through his territory. He gathered all his people together, and went out against Israel to the wilderness, and came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. And Israel defeated him with the edge of the sword, and took possession of his land from the Arnon to the Jabbok, as far as the Ammonites, for the boundary of the Ammonites was strong. And Israel took all these cities, and Israel settled in the land of the Amorites. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and taken all his land out of his hand, as far as the Arnon. Therefore the poets say, "Come to Heshbon, let it be built, let the city of Sihon be established." For fire went forth from Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon. It devoured Ar of Moab, and the lords of the high places of Arnon. Woe to you, O Moab! You are destroyed, O people of Chemosh! He has given up his sons who escaped, and his daughters into captivity, to Sihon king of the Amorites. But we have shot them down. Heshbon is destroyed as far as Dibon. We have laid waste as far as Nophah, which reaches to Medeba. Thus Israel settled in the land of the Amorites. And Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they captured its villages and dispossessed the Amorites who were there. Then they turned and went up by the way to Bashan. And Og the king of Bashan went out against them, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. But the Lord said to Moses, "Do not fear him, for I have given him into your hand, and all his people and his land. And you shall do to him as you did to Sihon king of the Amorites, who lived at Heshbon." So they defeated him, his sons, and all his people, until there was no survivor left him, and they took possession of his land. Numbers chapter 22, verses 1 to 41. Then the people of Israel set out, and camped in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. And Balak the son of Zippor saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was exceedingly afraid of the people, because they were many. Moab was overcome with dread because of the people of Israel. And Moab said to the elders of Midian, "Now this horde will lick up all that is around us, as the ox licks up the grass of the field." And Balak the son of Zippor was king of Moab at that time. He sent messengers to Balaam the son of Beor at Pethah, which is near the river, in the land of the people of his birth, to call him, saying, "Behold, a people has come out of Egypt. They cover the face of the earth, and they are dwelling opposite me. Come now, curse this people for me, because they are too mighty for me. Perhaps I shall be able to defeat them and drive them from the land, for I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed." So the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the fees for divination in their hand, and they came to Balaam and spoke to him the words of Balak. And he said to them, "Stay here tonight, and I will bring back word to you, as the Lord may speak to me." So the princes of Moab stayed with Balaam. And God came to Balaam and said, "Who are these men with you?" And Balaam said to God, "Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent to me, saying, Behold, the people that has come out of Egypt covers the face of the earth. Come now, curse this people for me, perhaps I may be able to fight against them and drive them out." And God said to Balaam, "You shall not go with them, you shall not curse the people, for they are blessed." And Balaam rose in the morning and said to the princes of Balak, "Go to your land, for the Lord has refused to give me leave to go with you." And the princes of Moab rose and went to Balak and said, "Balaam refuses to come with us." And Balak sent again princes, more numerous and more honored than these. And they came to Balaam and said to him, "Thus says Balak the son of Zippor, Let nothing hinder you from coming to me, for I will surely do you great honor, and whatever you say to me I will do. Come, curse this people for me." But Balaam answered and said to the servants of Balak, "If Balak gave me his house full of silver and gold, I could not go beyond the word of the Lord my God, to do less or more. Please stay here also tonight, that I may know what more the Lord will say to me." And God came to Balaam at night and said to him, "If the men have come to call you, rise, go with them, but only do what I tell you." And Balaam rose in the morning, and saddled his donkey, and went with the princes of Moab. But God's anger was kindled because he went, and the angel of the Lord took his stand in the way as his adversary. Now he was riding on his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. And the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, with his drawn sword in his hand. And the donkey turned aside out of the way, and went into the field. And Balaam struck the donkey, to turn her into the way. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path between the vineyards, with a wall on this side and a wall on that side. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pressed herself against the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. And he struck her again. Then the angel of the Lord went further, and stood in a narrow place, where there was no way to turn either to the right or the left. And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she lay down under Balaam. And Balaam's anger was kindled, and he struck the donkey with his staff. Then the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, "What have I done to you, that you have struck me these 3 times? And Balaam said to the donkey, "Because you have made a fool of me. I wish I had a sword in my hand, for then I would kill you." And the donkey said to Balaam, "Am I not your donkey, on which you have ridden all your life to this day? Have I been in the habit of doing so to you?" And he said, "No." Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way, with his drawn sword in his hand, and he bowed his head and fell on his face. And the angel of the Lord said to him, "Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? Behold, I have come out as an adversary, because your way is perverse before me. The donkey saw me and turned aside before me these 3 times. If she had not turned aside from me, surely now I would have killed you and let her live." And Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, "I have sinned, for I did not know that you stood in the way against me. Now therefore, if it is evil in your eyes, I will turn back." But the angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but speak only the word that I tell you." So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. And when Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the city of Moab, which is on the Arnon, at the border of the territory. And Balak said to Balaam, "Did not I send to you to call you? Why did you not come to me? Am I not able to honor you?" And Balaam said to Balak, "Behold, I have come to you. Have I now any power to say anything? The word that God puts in my mouth that I must speak." And Balaam went with Balak, and they came to Kiriath-Huzoth. And Balak sacrificed oxen and sheep, and said to Balaam, "Come with me to the other side of the Arnon, and I will give you a sight of it. Perhaps you will curse it for me from there." And in the morning Balak took Balaam, and he brought him up to Bamoth Baal, and from there he saw the extremity of the people.